Welcome back to the AB Scout Project. I'm Krager. This is off Bravo, and today we're starting off with the Star Raider lockdown. For some reason, they couldn't get Star Seeker, but that's where we're at. Let's look at that face. It looks like the Revenge of the Fallen lockdown, which is cool. It looks really neat to see everything he comes with. Articulation is everything you've had with this mold, 4 times now. So, and it does, come apart for weaponizing. So, yeah, pretty neat. And of course, you can do the engine block and the hook like the Revenge of the Fallen. So, it's a pretty good redo. And of course, is a recolor slight remold of axle grease here. And it's just really the head change. The chest is the same, they just painted it different. But everything else is the same. So if you got axle grease, there's nothing new here except the head. All right, compare it to our current winner, which I don't have the current winner. I just have the animated, and you can see they lost about half the height, and yeah, it's a little bit less intimidating at that small size, but I still kind of like it just because that Revenge of the Fallen one is so hard to acquire. Hence why I have an animated here. And the animated's been what I've been using on my shelves because they're all the same color scheme. They all look similar, so they're somewhat interchangeable. Anyway, let's look at the car mode. And here we got Lockdown in his car mode. Looks very car-y. Yeah, this, of course, is the same as axle grease. Just recolored. Since the head is hidden, yeah. So not really a lot to say about it. Bring in the animated. I don't have the engine for it, but get an idea of scale. It's much smaller than the previous one. Animated, rolls a lot better. But, yeah, I mean, you put that on the slip surface and it just doesn't. It does roll. There's nothing touching the ground. It's just these wheels are just a lot stiffer than they used to be. Yeah, anyway. Not much to say, just a recolor of axle grease, a lot more stuff picked out. Yeah. And they did one side of the engines up to look like the hook, his arm hook, like the Revenge of the Fallen. So, yeah. That's about it for the vehicle mode. Let's make our final decision. So, is this our new IDW G1 lockdown? Since they used the Revenge of the Fallen as the direct model for the IDW comics, it's still going to be your best one. But if you couldn't get it like me, and you had the animated, but you want one that looks closer to the comics, go with the new Star Seeker. So, my new IDW G1 lockdown is the Star Raider. But hey, if you can get the Revenge of the Fallen, good on you. All right, let's go on the next one. Next up, we got the Star Raider Ferak, and he actually looks really cool. I like what they did with him. This, of course, is a repaint of the Cyclonus mold. But this is a really good mold. I do like it, even if the knees are kind of just floating there. There's no like positive lock point there, but still, the joints have been pretty good. I mean, just the my Cyclonus here is still really good after the time we've had me playing with them. And of course, I got the Universe Cyclonus Target Master with him. But anyway, side by side here, you can see all the changes they made. Of course, they changed the wings. They added these guns that are removable, and you can use them as separate guns, but they're probably just going to live there for me. Wings separate. They actually did a different head. It is actually a remolded head. Remolded chest piece. Subtle changes like more defined pecs. You've got a collar on here and ridges here. I mean, it's definitely remolded. They actually remolded the upper shoulder too. So the upper shoulders are different. This slice here piece are the same. And pretty much the waist assembly down is all the same. Flip around the back here. And you see the flaps are the same. So, yeah, but otherwise, I think it's a really good conversion here. So, for a character who was originally in the Marvel Comics and later became a member of Squadron X in the IDW Comics, I think this is a pretty good job. The one in IDW Comics was more based on the uh, universe or classics Cyclonus that they made a repaint of for BotCon, but this I think isn't acceptable. Of course, this will probably drive me to start making a Squadron X, which would mostly be have to be customs, but it's a thought. Anyway, we'll look at the jet mode. And here we have Ferak in his plane mode. You can see the change in the wings. And they also changed the nose. Let's go ahead and move Alpha out of the way so we can bring in Cyclonus. So you can see they did change the nose. So they changed the wings and the nose for vehicle mode. And again, you can take these off. You can undersling them on the ports on the bottom. But yeah, otherwise it's the rest of the parts are a recolor. But yeah, just the nose was changed. Nose and the wings. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that aside for now. Give you a 360 of him so you can see all the colors. I do like the orange cockpit. That's pretty neat. You can see all those bot bits on the bottom. Put that back on. Yeah. Not a lot to say about it. Still looks pretty good. Looks as good as the Cyclonus. If not more like Buck Rogers Star Raider, type. But yeah. I like it. All right. Let's go to the final deliberation. So, is this our new IDW G1 Ferak? Well, since the original one is a BotCon exclusive that came in a set with the Headmaster Scorponok, which is highly sought after. Yeah, just for availability, this is going to be our new Ferak, and I think it does the part really well. So, our new IDW G1 Ferak. We get the head to turn. There we go. Yes. The Star Raider, not Star Seeker. Ferak. All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you for joining us today on the AB Scout Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.